Good Tuesday afternoon to everyone, and welcome to CBS 3 Eyewitness News at Noon. This is an abbreviated edition. Today is June 14th, 2022. At the top of the broadcast, you saw President Biden leaving Philadelphia for Washington, D.C. And then the rest of the top stories include the one and only shocking news story that happened this morning when a fiery crash happened at 63rd and Market, right near Arch and Race Streets. Nobody was critically injured, but as for the suspects, they've been treated to a nearby hospital and whatnot. Let's turn things over to Larissa for her forecast. Thank you, Larissa. Now to the latest coronavirus news. Happening today, the first of two FDA meetings are going to be discussed for Moderna and Pfizer. Today, the agency will vote on whether to recommend children 6 to 17 get the shot, and tomorrow the FDA will consider recommending companies for both the ages of 6 months and 5 years old. That's the only group of Americans still unable to get COVID-19's vaccine. Your time right now is 12:08. The stocks didn't do too good on Monday, but we get the latest news coverage from Michael George.
500 began the day in bear market territory, down more than 20% from its peak.
Consumers feel less confident today than they did amid the worst part of COVID.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says soaring inflation and the likelihood of more interest rate hikes are pushing investors to sell their stocks.
The Federal Reserve has to thread this needle. They want to slow down the pace of inflation. But by raising interest rates, what's happening is they could actually tip us into a recession if they go too far too fast.
If the Fed doesn't raise rates, inflation could keep rising. Right now, gas is at more than $5 a gallon. Food prices are up 10% in the last year, and the cost of travel up 38%. With the market tumble, millions of Americans who have their retirement savings tied to a stock-based 401k account are asking what to do about it. Some we spoke with say they've been through this before.
It's the people who are younger who really start to worry. My only concern is how long this will last. Will it last until the time when we have to start taking money out?
Many financial advisors urge their clients not to sell when the markets are low, especially if the money inside the 401k won't be needed for years to come.
It's like my Uncle Jim Donovan used to say, do not look at your 401k at all times. Thank you, Michael. It's a mixed bag of stocks for the Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and S&P 500. We'll have the final numbers for you a little later on when I post it. Still ahead on Eyewitness News, as it is 12:10, the rest of our top stories that are still going on. All that and more when CBS 3 Eyewitness News at Noon comes right back. Stay with us.